cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, Meaty96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Minded Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. If you're on Twitter, follow us at 52 Scott Podcast, and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, what's up, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. Today, man, you guys know it's been an interesting last couple of days, or last week to be exact, and you know, already know what I'm getting into, but here's the twist to it. This week has been Cat Williams. But prior to Cat Williams, you had Corey Holcomb saying the same thing. And even prior to him, and I know it's music related, you had Kanye West. They all pretty much been on the same accord, all right? Towards the middle and end of this show, I'm gonna put a plot twist on these three, and I'm gonna bring back someone else that's been saying it even before them, but I'm gonna keep y'all guessing, and we just gonna get into it. So, do y'all think it's conspiracy, or do you think these three individuals that I just named, Corey Holcomb, Cat Williams, and who did I say? Kanye West. Do you believe all the things that they're bringing out about the music, about the industry, period? Because it's all over. And out of respect, because Slash, you have Music Mondays, I want to ask you, because I want to touch on something. It's not just going to be just Kanye. Mm-hmm. I also want to touch on something Cat Williams said on the Shannon Sharp, his
Club
podcast.
Shay.
Yeah, Club Shay Shay. Okay. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. That he talked about Ludacris. So let's start with Kanye. His rants about I know you've probably seen him on Instagram about Illuminati or things that they do, and the things that you have to do and what they make you do in the industry. Do you think that is valid or is validated? Because there's too many people saying it now.
Now, I'm just gonna be honest. I do believe that some of it is valid. Which ones of it, I couldn't tell you, Mm-hmm. But yes, I do believe that this is a valid point in the entertainment industry. Whether you music celebrity now, it's then even you starting to hear people come out in the sports mm-hmm. area of entertainment, mm-hmm. as well as actors and all of this stuff. And yes, I do believe that some of that information is valid, because even myself personally, years back, would be at, a record label and hear about something going on at a different record label with, some names mm-hmm. that I wouldn't repeat, because again, I wasn't there. And I do believe that some of the facts are true, because you're hearing it more and more. And people don't have I don't think it's nothing behind it, because a lot of these cases you're hearing about and stuff that people saying, mm-hmm. it ain't somebody always trying to get no money out of nobody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, I do believe that some of the key factors of what you're mentioning is true about what's going on out here.
Got you. And then there was a part, if y'all can remember K Money and Freddie G, there was a part where he talked about Ludacris. I don't know if you've seen this part, but he says that there was a time where their roads crossed, and they both were offered a movie. They would get 20 films, $200 million. Okay?
Right.
It was offered to both Ludacris, the rapper, and to Cat Williams. Cat is saying on the podcast, Ludacris is on number 10, Fast and Furious. So he's on his way to 20, so to speak. Do you? Yeah, that is a lot of movies. I'm not gonna lie. For a singer, he's not. He hasn't come out as a movie star. He was always been a singer.
Luda lucked up. I ain't gonna say lucked up, but the type of movie that Luda started in, just coincidentally, just happened to have. You know, it was a chain. You know, just like Superman 1, 2, 3.
Right.
You know, you get a flick like that, and it just happened to have more than one. Yeah, that's like a lotto ticket, in my opinion.
Yeah, but the validation of these conspiracies, because we're trying to figure out, is it a conspiracy or these people we're talking about
what's
just
the conspiracy
crazy?
in that one?
Well, I honestly, man,
in your opinion,
I don't know.
What do you think
I guess we'd have to wait till you get to 20 first. we can't call it now. If we get a Fast and Furious 20 in the next 10 years, I will come back to the show. But for right now, I can't.
So if he got to 20, then what?
Then I would think differently. I can't speak to anybody, to be honest with you, because all of this is to me, especially is us. It's allegedly. It's not. We don't know. It's all just.
But does that mean to you that his acting skills couldn't get him a movie role that would have 10 seasons? He's not that good of an actor to you?
I don't think so. Can you put him in the same? He's got, like I said, he's in Fast Furious 10, and he has good parts in these. Can you put him in the same as a Samuel L. Jackson, as a Denzel Washington?
He's not a lead actor. He's
a lead in these movies.
He's not. He's a co-star in Fast
co-star.
and Furious.
Right. Okay, even
he's
a co-star.
He's always been a co-star in the movies that he's in.
I know, but even as a co-star, he's a rapper. You get what I'm saying? He did 10, and I'm not shooting. He's a great actor because I watched him in Law and Order. He did good in Law and Order. He had me crying in Law and Order because I believe he was really on trial.
But you don't think he should be? You don't think he should be categorized as a movie star?
I would say.
You saying because he's a rapper, he shouldn't be an actor?
I mean, no, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is what Cat said about the 20 movies would kind of line up when he got to 20. I can't say that now.
Man,
I can't say that.
Look, you missing something that Cat said in regards to Ludacris that's more offensive than anything when it came to him addressing Ludacris. Man, that man disrespected that man's wife.
He disrespected all their wives, not just his.
No, we're talking about Ludacris right now.
Right.
That man disrespected that man's wife, and then that man used the term that the words they paths crossed or something. Man, you know how broad that is to where the listener who's listening to Cat Williams can interpretate that any kind of way.
Yeah.
Then that man went on to talk about the man's haircut and sideburns as if he copied off Cat Williams.
He did not say.
No,
he said,
I said as if.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm saying Cat Williams' choice of words. The people that are listening to it, and if you listen to his choice of words, you would make it sounds as if Ludacris accepted a deal to do X amount of movies to sacrifice himself for whatever. Then on top of that, ended up with a ugly ass white woman or whatever. And then on top of that, and he copied the way I got my sideburns.
No, he didn't. He said he would have to sacrifice cutting those off.
I said, who is he?
Cat said that Ludacris had to sacrifice and cut them off. He could not wear them anymore. He didn't say copy of them.
Okay.
He said he couldn't wear them anymore. That was one of his part of his sacrifice.
He couldn't wear them anymore because of what?
Whatever sacrifice he did, whatever he agreed to, whatever. I don't know what it is.
You know that if you're in a movie and they want you to be a bald head, wear a bald head in the movie, you got to cut that off. That's a sacrifice you got to make.
It is.
So you got to be careful with a person's choice of words because of the way that they're delivering it will have you interpreting and thinking something else if you really ain't careful about how this person is presented to you. You know that how many people have to sacrifice their weight
True that.
for a movie role.
That is
You know
true.
how many people have to sacrifice their hair in a movie role?
Or being away from home for a long time.
Did you see 50 Cent in the movie that he played where he had
like-
he had cancer. I know. I saw that. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that man had to sacrifice them muscles.
I get it. I get that, but that's not. It's just too many people saying the same things. Okay,
Saying the
so
same thing about what?
so let's go on because didn't have that much on Ludacris because it wasn't one of my topics. I just wanted. Well, it was one of my topics, but it just wasn't one that didn't really stand out because I'm still a Ludacris fan. But the rest of these people that I'm referring to are comedians because these are fellow comedians of mine, and the videos that came out of them stealing jokes. Now, did y'all see those?
Who are we speaking of?
I mean, that Cedric the Entertainer was stealing jokes. Steve Harvey was stealing jokes. Did y'all see those videos?
Now, I did see. Now, I will say this. I think that in some way, shape, or form, most of the comedians regurgitate jokes from other people. You can call it stealing. You can call it regurgitating. You can call it revamping it to spoof it up. I think that it's all. There's nothing that's going to be talked about that hasn't been talked about before. Nothing.
When you say videos, who put the videos out?
I disagree with you on that because I have a joke that probably no one has been through. If you have your own personal life walk, sir, no one has been through the walk that you've been through. And most of my jokes, that's why I'm 96, because all of my jokes are pertaining to stuff that I've been to, and it's not aimed to anyone.
So with
no one
Cat
has
Williams, the joke that Cat Williams is accusing Cedric the Entertainer of stealing, right?
Right.
That had to do with a car being broken down. That had to do with Cat Williams raising up a hood. We've all have raised up a hood before. That had to do with somebody speaking to somebody outside of a car while they, hey, what's up, man? We did that while driving in the car. We all have done that. That has to do with somebody rolling down an old, not the power windows, but using the rollers to roll the window down. We've all have done that. When you react all of that out in front of an audience, all that does is just jog the audience memory of what they used to do when they used to drive cars and lift a hood or had to get out and push a car. So with that being said, I do believe that there's a possibility that Cedric did steal that joke, but spoof it up.
So
I think all of the comedians do that.
Okay.
He used a spaceship like
He
you
used a
said.
spaceship instead of a car.
Cat did
Yeah.
different.
So here's my thing. So go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just asking the question earlier about the videos that you say were put out. Who put the videos out, or who posted them, and what were they showing?
So-
the actual.
I'm glad you asked that. That's another thing. When Cat did his Club Shay Shay, all these people responded immediately, which tells me you guilty. Because if anybody is going to say anything about me, I'm not going to and it's not true, and it's not true, and it's not true, I'm not going to respond.
There's a difference when somebody is saying something about you that's not true, but it also attacks your character and could affect your income. So if you are saying that I'm a joke stealer and I'm a comedian, hold on. If you're saying I'm a joke stealer and I'm a comedian and you could potentially affect my income, then I need to speak on that because I may not be able to make certain money if I really truly didn't steal a joke. So there is a difference when people have to come out to clear their name to speak. Because sometimes you do have to come out and speak. I'm not saying all the time,
Right.
but sometimes you do have to come out and speak.
I agree with that.
When they all coming out like that, for instance, you got Faison Love. One of his response was so stupid. I'm just lost for words.
What did he say?
Now, hold on. Before you say what Faison said, can you let us know what Cat said about Faison?
About Faison?
Yeah,
He
he
hadn't had a comedy special in 17 years. He ain't never did a comedy special, blah, blah, all this. He just talked all the way down.
Right.
Yeah. And basically, he just talked bad about it. Okay. And he just talked about his work. The body of work, lack of,
Yeah.
right? And the response, everything that the Cat talked about, this man comes on, and this is the only video that I've seen from Faison. He comes on, and Cat, there was a piece when Cat was saying how he got to Florida when he very first started, and he had to basically hitchhike, or he had to jump in one of those truckers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Faison comes on. Well, all I know is that when you get on one of them trucks like that, it's either you got gas, ass, or grass, right? You got to be giving up one of those three to get the ride. What did you do? That's irrelevant that's like, you hit me, I hit you back. That is childish as hell. So to me, it's like you had nothing else to say. He talked about your career. You talked about some old.
So check it out. Cat Williams talked about Faison's career, right? And in the process of him talking about Faison's career, he made it also funny with the way he delivered things.
Yes, he did.
Right? The way Cat Williams delivered and all that stuff. He made it all funny, but the stuff that he was saying about Faison was actually some of that stuff was probably facts in regards to not having a comedy special. I've never seen a Faison comedy special.
Me either.
Right? And the way he was delivering it, it was a little hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Then he talked about Faison taking his shirt off in certain movies. I did see
In
certain
every
movies.
movie he said,
I did see, because he's heavy set. So those were facts, and that stuff was funny what he was saying, right? So if you're Faison and this man said this about you, right, which was fact,
right,
and funny, well, you said something truthful. True. And what you said, Cat, was you had to hitchhike to get to Florida. You got on a truck to get there, right?
Right.
Well, all the ammunition Faison had to defend himself was, hey, you get on these trucks, you got to do X, Y, and Z, right? Well, we all know what lie lizards are.
Yeah,
true that. But
we all know how they're associated with truckers. So if you talking shit about me and you stung me with some of the shit you said, and then some of the shit, people may not know it hurt me or you got me good, but no, fuck that. I'm finna hit you back. That's equivalent to, hey, you up in here and you fighting, you better not ball up and fold up. You better fight back, because if you don't fight back, I'm going to sit back and look at you. Man, you let that dude kick you and beat you and do this, and you didn't throw not one punch?
But see, the difference is, Cats was facts. Everything
we just agreed on that.
Right, we agreed.
So if you hit me...
your response should have been your body of work first, then hit me with that.
You can't tell me how to respond after you hit me. You hit me with a fist, I'm gonna pick up a brick.
Pick up a brick. Right. Okay.
You can't tell me how to hit you back.
Okay. You know what? That's fine. But at the end of the day, a grown up gonna see, okay, this Negro childish, he did it. That's how it looks to me because of your response.
Sometimes people,
at least Ricky and the others were professional, and they talked about their work when they responded. No one hit him below the belt except for Faison.
Okay, you can't tell me how to respond.
Yeah, exactly. What does that prove? Just because he chose a different route?
It proves that, first of all, you responding that fast or responding at all is just telling me you're guilty. That to me.
What is he guilty of?
And not only that,
guilty of what? Guilty of what?
We ain't gonna just talk about that. Corey Holcomb has mentioned these same few comedians. We call them crazy. Okay. Right?
Put some context to that.
What do you mean?
Because I see you shifting the narrative to Corey. That's fine.
Okay.
Fine,
so
but put some context to these same comedians.
Okay,
what comedians?
Let me put it to you this way. Here's the context. We call Kanye crazy. We call Cat crazy. We call Corey crazy, right? But all these guys are doing is speaking the truth, the conspiracy, the stuff that we're seeing to come out, that is coming out.
Okay.
But we're still calling them crazy.
Okay, so when you say we're calling them crazy, I'm going piggyback off you with that. I'm going to say that, okay, you're doing this as a whole, just saying we're calling them crazy. Okay, fine. Why are we calling Kanye crazy? Tell me that.
Because of his rants.
Okay, why are we calling Cat crazy?
His rants.
Why are we calling Corey crazy?
His rants.
Now, how many times have you driven down the street and seen a motherfucker talking to the sky, talking crazy to the motherfucker? What you say?
But they're speaking facts. There's a difference. They're speaking facts that is coming out, and we're starting to see. Not everything is factual, but most of it is.
Okay, it's not just their rants, though. It's just Kanye's actions, too, is making the motherfucker say he's crazy.
See, what's crazy about Kanye is, I don't know if y'all know, because he got billions, and this is the reason why I think he already then wrote an apology in Jewish. He wrote an apology and he wrote it in a different language. I want to say it's Jewish.
What that got to do with?
That ain't got nothing to do with that. But I want to reverse back on Kanye. My point of this show, remember early in the show, I said I was going to bring someone else up that had already been saying this 15 years prior. Orlando Brown from That's So Raven show. We've been calling this man crazy, but he's been saying the same thing that Kanye's been saying, that Corey's been saying, and that Cat Williams been saying.
Wait.
But we call this man crazy. If everybody keeps saying it, then it's got to be true.
I just want to say this because I'm getting a little confused. I understand what you're saying.
Right.
What have they been saying? All of them have been saying.
Man, it's so collective of so much stuff. Just the Illuminati things, the parties, the sex for benefits, man on man, just all kinds of sacrifices that you gotta make, that you gotta do. Wearing dresses, and where it goes back to a show that we did on Tuesday. Yeah. Wearing dresses. If you will compromise to wear a dress, what else will you compromise to do? Some may not compromise to have sex, but some might be like, you know what, I'll just do it this one time. Some might do it all the way. Some are saying, I'll just give you some head. You just don't know what else they would compromise on if you will wear a dress as a man.
And when you say that these people are saying that, and there's so many people that have said it, I mean, I've heard people say it.
Yeah.
That's, stuff that's going on. But I can't prove it. I don't have facts.
Exactly.
But do I think? Yes, I do think it's possible to be going on. But I couldn't tell you, out of all of the people that you named, I couldn't tell you that I know for a fact that personally they done it. You know what I'm saying?
True that. I couldn't either.
And the only people that can really say that is the other person that was in there with them.
It's all allegedly because we don't know.
Yeah,
But you're saying that because they responded so soon, that makes them look guilty.
Makes them look guilty.
It makes you look guilty. To me, it does.
So he didn't talk about Ice Cube, right?
No, he didn't.
Okay, Cat Williams.
No, he didn't.
Speaking of. Okay.
No, he talked to me in a good way. He said, how could you not be grateful? He's a low budget artist. Okay. You wanted Marvel money, but he's a low budget movie.
So he didn't talk about him in a negative light.
In a negative light. No.
But Ice Cube responded. And you said that if you're responding, you're guilty in your eye. But Ice Cube responded.
Positively, actually.
And when he responded...
Positively.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, that's fine. But when he responded and kind of cleared up some of the things that Cat said, which if Ice Cube had not responded, then some people would walk around thinking that Cat Williams was actually right about some of the things he was saying.
Right.
Yeah,
when Ice Cube cleared it up, and you come to find out, Cat, you really wasn't lying, but you threw something out there and left it out there for people to interpret, but you knew what you were doing when you did that.
Exactly.
You were playing on people's intelligence. So if Cat will play on your intelligence, what does that say? What does that say about a person like that? How he thinks of people out there that listen to him.
I agree with you on that.
They're not intelligent enough to catch on what I'm saying. People can think that.
Comedian 96, you asked the question about Corey Holcomb, Cat Williams, Orlando Brown, and Kanye
West
being crazy. And I don't think, again, it's because of things that's being said, because I know Orlando Brown has done some crazy ass shit. So their actions is why people think they're crazy, but not just what's being said that's in common.
But the stories are adding up with each person. They're saying the same exact story.
Give me what they're saying though. What are they saying?
The anal parties with the men. All four of them confirm that.
How does it add up though?
You can't keep saying the same thing about somebody and it's not true. Okay. That's all I'm. If somebody saying you a killer and they done seen you kill somebody, and somebody else say you a killer, and then somebody else say you a killer. If somebody keeps saying you a killer, then you a killer, bro.
Okay. so let's assume we're talking about gay activity.
Yeah. Let's say we're talking about that.
So if Orlando Brown say, John Brown, I seen him getting his asshole blowed out. Kanye, Corey said the same thing.
Cat Williams
Cat said the same thing.
Yeah.
And who was the other one?
Orlando, Corey, Cat, and Kanye.
And Kanye said the same. Whatever.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? Shouldn't a person that blowed the asshole out come out to confirm that, yeah, I blowed his asshole out?
Oh, ain't nobody.
So in other words, all that is just rumors,
Speculation.
spreading rumors.
What man? Okay.
Hold on. All that is just spreading rumors
Uh-huh.
about what's going on. Because at the end of the day, if you gay, you gay.
You gay. That is.
And so if there's gay activity going on, my thing is, what you doing at the party and did you leave?
Exactly.
And here's my thing: if it is gay activity going on, I ain't seen it. And I don't goddamn
I know that's right.
Yeah, what you doing at the party?
Yeah.
So all you doing is spreading what you've been hearing.
Right.
Yeah, it's all speculation.
What you
Yeah.
You spreading.
Well, I can say Cat has one as a stand-up where he talks about Professor Ogilvy. You came out the closet. You came out the closet. So he was at a party,
Yeah.
and that's in that
He was
stand-up.
talking about
So
let me show you something.
I don't know.
No, let me show you something.
I'm just saying.
You know what? Let me show you something about
Yeah,
that.
okay.
And you're a comedian, and you should know this, right? So number one, we know it was a comedy show. Number two, that man didn't use that man's real name. He used his stage name, Professor Ogilvy, and allowed the audience to form their own opinion
Of who
about
he
this
was.
man. Professor Ogilvy is a fictional character, man.
he is. He is a fictional character
He's
from Monique's show.
Yeah. But that's
So,
what I'm saying.
but you're right.
So what you did, what he's done. No, what I'm saying, what he did, he put together a clever joke.
Right.
He
He did.
took R. Kelly's song in the closet, took a fictional character, and all he asked is the question, "Oh, Professor Ogilvy? Come on, man. That was just a clever joke." And if you are in the audience believing the clever joke, because what does a comedian do when they say, "Hey, man, these are just jokes"? A comedian is always quick to say, "These are just jokes," wanting us to take it as a joke, not as if it's true.
Can I ask you something, Miss Freddie G? I'm comedian 96, and 96% of my jokes is about me and the truth. Was my eye crossed when I was young? Most of my jokes about my eye being lazy. Was my eye crossed or not when I was younger? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So I will tell the truth about my eye being lazy, but I will finagle it
What does finagle mean?
to make it.
What does finagle mean?
I
Your
would make
definition.
to make you laugh, make you laugh.
So
harder
you'll
on
spoof
that.
it up to make
Spoof
you
it
laugh.
up. So why can't we say? Yeah, he told his joke, and it happened for real, and it was him. The funny part was it came out the closet. It came out because that song had just came out at the same time.
Okay.
So maybe the whole joke was real. The only funny part was the R. Kelly ending.
Okay, you know what?
So-
you know what?
Yeah.
You know what?
Uh-huh.
Comedy is subjective, how I review it and how I receive it. But I want to touch on something you said, Comedian 96, and you asked me a specific question about your eye,
My
which
eye.
is no longer crossed.
Right.
It's been fixed.
It's been fixed.
Okay, so and so with that being said, you said 96% of your jokes.
I don't
Or
tell
about-
100% because
Oh,
I
no,
spoop it up.
just hold on. You said 96% of your jokes
Are true.
but there is a 4%
Exactly.
that's not.
Exactly.
So it's up to the audience to interpret what percentage of your joke is true.
Right, because
So-
everybody don't know that your eye was crossed back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't know if you lying or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now I can confirm that one eye was looking up in the sky, the other one was looking on the ground for earthworms.
Oh, so he got a joke, and on that we gonna end the show for he become comedian Freddie G. We be out. Peace. This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on Twitter at 52 Scott Podcast, also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday. See you all soon.